Once upon a time, there were three little pigs. Their mother was all like,
"Y'all need to go out into the world and build homes for yourselves."
well, anyway, they went out and started walking. Before too long, they came across a dude carrying a bunch of straw. The youngest pig shouted, "Hey!" The guy stopped and said, "It's actually straw. I'll give some to you, but you gotta pay." The young pig told his two brothers to keep walking. There was a thudding sound, and shortly after he caught up to them again. He was carrying a lot of straw. About 4 miles later, they found a nice flat open area next to some water and apple trees. The youngest pig decided to stop here and build him a house out of the straw given to him by that nice man. He wasn't lazy, he just didn't like to work because it was hard, and one time while he was working, he got dirty. He had his house done by the end of the day. He slept in his house that night. His two older brothers climbed a big tree where the big bad wolf couldn't reach them and spent the night there. When morning came, they went on their way again. They soon met a man carrying a bunch of sticks. The middle pig stopped him with a short left hook. He asked if he could borrow the sticks. The man didn't say anything, so he just took them. He picked a spot beside the path and started building his house. He was lazy, so he just used the sticks. He had it all done in a day and a half. The third pig went a little further where he found a river with lots of nice stones in it. He didn't like work either, but he knew he needed a strong house, so he did it anyway. He built his house with the rocks he found by the river. It took him 5 days, but he kept at it till it was done. That night, the big bad wolf was hungrily stomping through the forest. It was 3 a.m., and he still hadn't found anything to eat. As he crested a hill, he smelled something. An evil smirk came across his face, and he started off in the direction the smell was coming from. The little pig, being lazy, hadn't taken a bath that day, and his smell was so strong, the wolf smelled him from 500 yards away. He stomped up and rapped on the pig's door. Little pig, let me come in." The little pig had just been rudely awakened, so naturally he called the wolf a big fat. Now where the wolf came from, those were fighting words. He let out a fierce, bone-chilling howl and blew the straw house down with one big puff. The little pig ran screaming down the path to his brother's house. He got in the door and locked it just in time. The big bad wolf hammered on the door and shouted, little pigs, let me in!" Both of the pigs screamed, "No, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin!" So the wolf just blew the weak stick house down too. The little pigs streaked to their oldest brother's house with the wolf in hot pursuit. They made it into the stone house in time and locked the door. Once again the wolf said, little pigs, let me in!" The youngest pig fell to the floor and shouted, I can't breathe! I can't breathe!" But the wolf still didn't go away, so he just hid under the bed. Then the wolf said, I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in." He huffed, the house didn't move. Then he puffed, the house didn't budge. He huffed and puffed and puffed and huffed until his face turned blue and red, and he was exhausted. He had almost given up when he looked up and saw the chimney. That same old evil smirk came back to his face. He snuck around the backside of the house and climbed up on the roof. Now the pigs had a cauldron of water boiling on the fireplace, and when he jumped down the chimney, he landed right in it. He screeched and howled and shrieked at the same time. He jumped so hard he made it most of the way back up the chimney and clambered the rest of the way out. With his rear on fire, he raced for the water. As he was going down the riverbank, he slipped, hit his head on a rock, and fell unconscious into the river. He died of COVID shortly after. The pigs lived happily ever after,